bringing it to you with the Throwback Thursday. I'm busy today. I'm meeting with people about this new greenhouse. Bear with me on the videos about my old 125-gallon aquarium that I had up in my family room that no longer exists thanks to the remodel and my wife not wanting any more tanks in the family room. Enjoy this video and tank on. You'll notice the water sprite actually coming up out of the water. It loved the metal halides. This is the 125 back in the day, before any drip or anything. It was dirted, and you can see this is the first time that I really got into keeping rainbows. You can see my old emerald rainbow in there. I had the Irani reds. I even had the yellow Herbert Axel Rod Eye. You can check it out. I was keeping rainbows with angels, and they don't typically recommend to do that, but the angel was in there first. He's the OG. I talk about him later in this video, and he was big. He was big and burly. I wouldn't recommend keeping baby rainbow or baby angels with rainbows, but a big full-grown angel with smaller rainbows I think is no problem and worked temporarily here. These were the rainbows that went on later into my 220. This is the OG angelfish, the original gangster angelfish. Everyone else in the aquarium died. He was left standing. He had the entire 125-gallon aquarium to himself with nothing but a bunch of small other tetras until his passing. He was the gangster. These are Sturbay Cory cats, and for some reason the Sturbay Cory cats are not out as often as other Cory cats for me, but I had probably 12 of them in this tank, and they used to swim like up and down the sides and were just super awesome with that. I need to get more Cory cats in my life. I don't have enough right now. Too many videos of the 125 because it sits up in my family room, and I got young kids that go to bed early and I get home late, and it doesn't work out well. So showing it to you now. Pretty excited about it. People have been asking me about the fish in here. I do have an angelfish. Somebody's asking me, they didn't think I had an angelfish. I have one angelfish, and he's an OG or original gangster angelfish that I will not replace with another angelfish until he dies. So I'm not going to replace this boy right here until he passes on. And when he does pass on, I will be very sad for a very long time. But then I'll probably get ultims. I was talking to some guys in the chat the other night about ultims. They wanted me to do discus. I don't really dig discus. Discus don't really come out, and they don't do much for me. Plus they're sensitive, and I do big water changes, which tends to sometimes kill stuff. So just want to show this tank. Got some diamond tetras in here. Diamond tetras, if you do big water changes and you have a good healthy diet and a lot of plants, they breed. You'll see that tiny little one, littler one in there. I didn't buy them like that. It bred. So pretty pumped about that. I've been feeding them a mix of New Life Spectrum and then this other thicker Meteor Flake. So they're doing well with it. I don't know. This tank does well. I'm pretty happy. I still haven't bought the chair to sit in. I want to sit in a chair I love how the stir bays are out now. They weren't ever out before. Now I can just like get to check them. I'm just down there chilling. There's one of them right there. So gotta love that. I think they've gotten a little bit bigger. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. Then you can see this tank. It's natural daylight, so that's pretty cool. Coming out here, you can see that it grows well. So that's fun. I was playing in the 125. Got a lot of people asking me about dirt because I asked them what they wanted to know about dirt, and I want to talk about the question that I got the most. I got asked the most, and it was, Dustin, how long does dirt last? That's like asking how long does a car last, but I'm going to give you my best answer right here for y'all. Obviously, I got the Dirted Tank Guide coming out here this weekend. I'm trying to get that sucker out. We'll talk more about that in a second, but yo, this is my 125 that I dirted 7.5 years ago. And I talk about the trials and tribulations and what I did right and what I did wrong all throughout the guide. But it's been rolling for 7 years. I'd love to tell you that this tank is still going at full go. It's not. However, before the YouTube era, yeah, it was a lonely time in my life actually. But I had this tank was running high tech. I had like 8 32-watt bulbs on it. I had CO2. Was hitting it with heavy ferts. It was actually my only tank, if you can believe that. And I had no friends in Lexington, so I just like hung out and played with the fish tank. And I wish I had a video of it back in the day because it was pretty sick. But it's been running for like 7.5 years, almost 8 years now. The dirt is kind of starting to slow down, but I'm still getting like the growth out of the swords. I mean, you can see that sword over there. You can see the sword over there. I just did a big old water change on it too. I actually ran the water out the door, out the window there, which was kind of tight. Threw the hose in. So yeah, it's getting a little. It's getting a little out. It's not. You know, bumping quite as much as it was, but. I mean, look, 7 years? Come on. I mean, who has a tank set up for 7 years? Like, that's a long time. I'm happy about it. And, you know, yeah, so 7 years. I mean, the Crenum, no problem. Doing fine. Still dirting. Still rolling. I think I could keep going with this. So, I don't know. I've talked about tearing it down. I'm probably going to do that this winter at some point. So, but yeah, I don't know. Every tank's different. If you run your tank, like, high-tech, high-light, lots of stuff in it, lots of CO2, lots of ferts and everything. The plants grow like crazy. They're probably going to eat the dirt a little faster than if it's low tech. I mean, Wallstead talks about it where she's like, you know, my tanks, I never tear them down. I don't know. She says they run forever, whatever. So every tank's different, but they last a long time. That's the bottom line. Folks, this is a video. I got to tell you, it's not easy for me to make, okay? I got a lot of love for my original 125. I'm going to be tearing it down and showing it all with you all. But I got to give this tank some respect, so I'm going to give it some respect, the respect that it's due. This tank's been with me since Cincinnati. My boy Jackson had it at Ohio University prior to that with the stand built, the whole deal. I bought it off of him in Cincinnati. It moved with me from Cincinnati to Boca Raton, Florida for a year. And then it moved here in Lexington to this location September, October of 2006. It's my first dirted tank. I got lots of love for this tank. I ran it high tech. I ran it low tech. It's been running basically no tech for quite a while. And I'm tearing it down. It's time. And I'm going to show you, you know, why I'm doing this. Okay, the light bulbs are old in the fixtures. Those are, everybody asked me, those are 150 watt metal halide coral lights with plant bulbs, 6500K bulbs in them. But here's why we're tearing it down. The dirt's basically giving up the ghost. Now look, September 2006 is 2014, almost 2015. The dirt realistically ran for probably 6 good years, but now all I'm keeping is Anubias. The sword's kind of maintained, but whatever. So it's got to go. So what I'm going to be showing you is how I'm going to take down this 125 dirt, how I'm going to get the fish out, how I'm going to get the plants out, how I'm going to tear the whole thing down. And it's a huge pain in the butt, and I really don't want to be doing it. I'm kind of sad, but you know, you tear down things and you rebuild things. So obviously I'm going to do a quick rebuild, or a rebuild after this. So that's what I'm doing. Here's the last shot, tearing down the 125.